I just like I'd love to feel great about all this again, but maybe it's the novelty of it, and the novelty's worn off.
Well, that I mean, as far as I know, that is something we know about humans is novelty, like wears off.
Yeah.
You know.
So like 2-3 years ago, I was like at a peak of like I had really learned a lot, and the novelty hadn't worn off yet, and like I just felt like on top of the world, and I sort of. I guess just my batteries have drained over time as I've tried to talk to people about how awesome science is and logical reasoning is and
Dancing with the Stars.
all these different
Oh wait,
mechanisms.
you're talking about things people don't like. Never mind. I fucked up there.
Like it turns out there is a way to like know stuff that's very reliable and you can have a lot of confidence in, and like trying to explain that to people who don't care like over and over and over again, it just wears you down after a while. And but this is why we decided to do a show also. Like
Yeah,
it's
totally.
the perfect outlet for going over these things, and they'll be recorded, and we do already have listeners and stuff, and hopefully that grows, and whatever. I guess it will get to the people that want it, and everybody else I guess can fuck off or whatever and not listen to it if they don't want to.
More or less, yeah.
So, but bullshit detection, long story short, bottom line is important, and we're doing it, and we're going to continue to do it. No matter what, bullshit detection is important, and we're going to keep doing it. And whatever sort of battery draining happens with either of us, we will keep marching forward and engaging in the noble pursuit of telling people they're full of shit and don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
I stand by that. I mean, I am certainly a person who gets my battery drained by the various, I don't know, the ebb and flow of humanity and the bullshit that lies therein that is pushed around by people. But
yeah, and I also know already that what I need is a certain amount of good, happy, positive things to happen to sort of balance out the shitty things that shitty people do. And I just happen to have been in a place lately. I mean, I've gotten my fair share of hate mail over the years, and like people arguing with me. Like, it's funny how you can argue with any stupid asshole, and it's just ridiculous. Like the thing that this person thinks, whatever it is, and like they just tell you you're stupid and don't know what you're talking about, and go off, continuing to spread their bullshit. And it's different with each person, and they would disagree with each other. That's the real fun part of it. But yeah, like I'm gonna keep trying to balance my life with positive stuff. I think everybody, and that's my advice to everybody out there as well, is to like have a few laughs. And that's why like I guess I enjoy like just the absurd of like racist and rape jokes.
well,
It's
yeah,
like that. Even though I'm not a racist or a rapist. Huh, it's funny how those words are so similar. Just one,
racist and rapist.
one letter off. But the jokes, the thing about those
So
is
your ultimate comedic figure would be like a plantation owner.
a plantation owner with like who runs some sort of daycare center.
See, now you're including pedophilia.
Yeah, that's
I was assuming that he owned slaves.
yeah, I guess
he
a
raped his
plantation owner would
slaves.
just rape his slaves. Yeah, just a typical. We don't even have to go to pedophilia.
But maybe that's what he did with like the kids on the plantation.
Yeah,
He put them in their own box, and there's a little bit of pedophilia there, which
Possible.
also opens the door for incest as well.
Well, you're just full of ideas today, aren't you?
Well, let's be fair. When it comes to topics like this, I mean, it's mostly untilled earth. Let's say, people. How many places in the comedic world do people fully explore? Marriage. Oh, men and women in there. There's shenanigans they get into. That's why, that's not shocking. That's not fun. And also there's just less, there's less material. Everybody's grasping at smaller and smaller pieces of the blanket.
What's the deal with airplane peanuts?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. But when you're going to start saying, when you're going to say, and on today's show, we're exploring incest humor. That's, how many people...
Well,
it's not coming out right, but you know what I mean.
I like to keep things mixed up. That's why, like we could have done a show where we just played it safe and we just talked about some stupid claim and then took it apart and like cited our sources and all that crap. There's a million people that do that, and they'll do it far better than we could. We're knowledgeable and have our shit together, but that's not what we're here to do. We're here to tell you what's bullshit. You can believe it or not. We're pretty good at it. We're not going to cite our sources, probably. I'm going to tell you that now.
That's again. Yeah, we're not going to do what the other guys do. And they're better at it because they give more of a shit about that kind of stuff.
Right. I mean, you have to take our word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to check us, fucking look it up.
Yeah, you should. You should never believe anything we say, actually. You can check, and if we're right, then that will come through. And, but you should appreciate our bullshit detection skills. But I talk about rape jokes and like funny aspects of racism and all that stuff. Like I do it because I want to go in the opposite direction of pure serious logic, and I guess analysis of like really risque humor is fair game anyway, and it's fun. I guess it's just my way of blowing off steam and having fun at the end of the day. So I'm kind of glad it's there. It's one of the ways I mentioned before about balancing like some positive, like putting some positivity in to recharge my batteries and just keep the draining to a minimum.
Right.
So, and I just like the absurd. I have to go to some absurd place to sort of cleanse my palate, my mental palate.
Right.
So that's sort
well,
of.
And that has something to do with bullshit detection, because there's maybe we've hit on something interesting. Maybe bullshit detection and having a good sense of humor, there's some sort of close correlation there.
I think you're right. I've seen a lot of people who have no sense of humor, and they're pretty good. They're all right at bullshit detection, but they're missing something. I'm not sure what it is. Sort of that joie de vivre, that je ne sais quoi. Is it je ne sais quoi or je ne sais pas? I can never remember that.
Je ne sais quoi.
It's, what is je ne sais pas?
I think pas is sort of like a placeholder in French, so I think it'd be like, I don't...
Sort of like New England clam chowder versus Manhattan. I can never remember that.
Well, when in doubt, just cherchez la femme.
What is that?
That is, look for the woman.
Okay. Not a problem. So I don't know if there are other reasons to do bullshit detection. Spite, because you care, some sort of mix in between, self-defense, earlier life, being taken advantage of.
It's definitely cheaper than karate.
Well, that's interesting that you mentioned that too, is because I think of having a good bullshit detector in your head, a good toolkit for bullshit detection. It's sort of like martial arts for the mind.
Yeah, I can see that.
You have to have discipline. You don't want to overtrain and burn out. It's got a lot of similarities to it. You can never become perfect at it. It's like a lifelong pursuit.
Yeah. To
just keep improving yourself and spotting bullshit better. And we're both pretty good, but I'm sure there are ways that we could still be hoodwinked easily by somebody.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It's ever possible to not be hoodwinked. Like somebody somewhere could come up with a great scam and probably hit us with it, and we might not notice it, but we're pretty good. So I'd
like to think so.
That's all I care about, is being pretty good and just trying to do better all the time.